I know, a little crazy. Back again. We're here for video 2, little tutorial number 2. This time we're going to be doing Pikachu. Maybe you've heard of him? Make sure you have your pen, pencil, eraser. I shouldn't even show you that one because we're not really using it. Eraser. Don't eat them. And paper. Let's get started. I'm going to switch over. So here we have Pikachu. This is my reference picture. You can use any reference picture that you want. For this, you know, let's just do Pikachu this way. But when you're there by yourself, without me there, without me, you know, you watching this video, do anything you like. So Pikachu's a little different than the dragon we did in the last video. And where I need to place his head in the right spot so I have enough room for his head, body, ears, you know, his horse and buggy. So you'll notice I drew a square for his head and a little kind of rounded square for his body, and I'm putting these oval shapes in for his ears and his tail. Square, you can be as rough as you need to be. Not mean rough, just kind of not exacting with where your lines are. Bunch of squares, or you can draw them, you know, like that. Whatever's comfortable. We're just roughing this in. There's his foot. Gonna put an oval over here for his upper leg on the other side and an oval for his other foot. Okay? And his arms are more or less oval. Got him roughed in pretty well. Just all his major parts are there. Make sure you can see that. And it's still pretty light. So now what I want to do is I want to go over and make the lines be more where they're supposed to be, like in this picture. So some of them are going to be right and some of them aren't. And that's okay. You're going to find some of yours are going to be right and some of them aren't. That's what this stage of the process is for. Okay? Round off his head. Round off his ear a little more. And his face kind of comes out with his cheek, much more than what I have in this picture. So I'm going to indicate that. And I'm going to go over and do the little zigzag for his toes. And you know, you don't have to be exact to this picture. You can adjust things if you see something you like better. But do it because it's something you like better, not because you don't feel like doing what's, you know, in the other picture. Now you notice I made his toes a little bigger, which gave him fewer of them, and I'm okay with that. And I'm gonna need to move his knee back here a little bit, which actually gives him that leaning forward kind of feel to him. And get his foot in there. I'm going to come over here to this foot and just kind of visually checking that's where I want it and indicate his upper leg. Okay. And then I'm going to break my lead. It's a mechanical pencil, so if you're using like a number 2, which is fine. Any pencil that you really want to use is fine. As long as you don't really dig them into the paper, because you will erase these afterwards. Not sure if you noticed, but we did have an eraser up at the top. Okay, I'm just putting circles in for his eyes. Just a little tick where his nose would be, help me locate his top of his mouth. And I'm going to do that arc for the top of his mouth, and the same thing here. He has a split lip because he's based on a mouse. And then I'm going to give him his wide You may have to try doing this a couple of times to get that right shape. And then his lip, and then his cheek color. Okay. And I'm going to indicate his tone. That's it. Penciling is done. Pencil's down. Now we're going to ink it. You can use any ink pen you want. And I'm going to start at the top and just kind of work my way down. And I'm going to go over my lines. I'm redrawing them. You're going to hear me say that more than once, because I may need to adjust like I did there. I want that circle to have a little bit more space. So I'm thinking about it as I'm doing it, and I'm trying to redraw the lines, because that kind of makes it more flowy. It makes it come out better in the end. Whereas if you trace over the lines, you're too concentrating on trying to be right where the lines were. Who cares? As long as it looks good in the end when you're done, and you like it, and it's something that people can come along and enjoy while they color, that's really all we're going for. Of course, this would be for a cartoon related. This one would be Pokemon, of course, but cartoon related coloring book. You know, if we were doing something more along the lines of the, where is it? I still got that coloring book here. Like that, we're going to be a little more realistic, but there is still quite an amount of interpretation going on there. It's not necessarily exact, because exact, realistic drawings don't really lend themselves to coloring books. They can, if done the right way, but most coloring books are these nice open ink drawings with nice bold lines. That's what we're going for. Okay? And I'm going to go right in here and put his upper lip in. I'm not even looking at this, so we can, you know, totally get rid of that. And I moved the back of his mouth a little bit to make it a little more, well, there's a little more of a bend to it. It's more fun. Okay? And put his cheek in here. Now, if you were coloring this yourself, you wouldn't even necessarily need to draw these cheek lines. But for coloring book images, you want to indicate, like up here, he has these different colors at the tips of his ears and the tip of his tail, depending on whose version of Pikachu you're looking at. But most of them are like that. But you indicate that for the person doing the coloring. I'm going to put some eye shine in here, and because this is a manga drawing, and they use more eye shines than we do, typically there's more eye shines than other styles do, I guess I should say. Not we, because there's plenty of we who do manga drawing. And just going to finish off this one foot. And I am going to put a little bit of a shadow under here, which I like to do with all my characters. So he looks like he's sitting on the floor or on a stack of pineapples. Okay. So now the only thing that I might want to do with this is to strengthen some of the lines. Maybe I want him to have a heavy outline. So I can go like that, and that is something that's you're going to find with coloring books. Most of your coloring books have a heavy outline, except for the adult ones, some of the adult ones. I don't know why. Sometimes a heavy outline is really nice when you're not doing an overly complicated drawing. It kind of brings it out a little bit, I think. Not going to do everything, just some of it. Here and there. Maybe the top of the ear here. It's really about what you want to stand out a little bit more. There we go. So that's really done. The only thing we got to do now, let the ink dry. This just speeds it up a little. And we're going to erase it. Take my eraser, get rid of all those lines. And you get a little more practice here. There's not that many lines to erase. And if you've drawn nice and light, it's not that hard to erase them. And I see one thing I forgot, and one thing I forgot to mention. So I'm just going to give it a little tick for his nose, okay? And I did not fill his eyes in black. You can, but I'm leaving it up to whoever's going to end up coloring this, whether they want to make his eyes black, red, green, purple, psychedelic, Charleston Chew, doesn't matter. But I'm leaving that up to them. You can fill them in black if you like. And we're done. Easy as that. Don't really need to say anymore. Okay? Easy enough. But practice, 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 practice. Always keep practicing. The more you draw things, the easier it is to do, the faster. So we'll see you on the next video. I'm not quite sure how hard I want to be on you with that one. We'll see. All right. Have a good day.